Okay, this is something that I recommend everybody do, and it's just a little dry fire practice. I've got a snap cap in my gun, and I've got my gun is a double action first shot gun. It's a copy actually of a CZ75. And so in a minute you'll see that I'm able to pull the trigger continuously in dry fire, which is one of the reasons I chose this gun, because you can't do that with a single action or a striker fired gun. It allows me to do some things in practice. As far as my rig goes, it's a Ted Blocker holster with a snap, which I keep it snapped down, and you see me snapping it right there. And I just wear it behind my hip, and it conceals fine under a regular t-shirt. And it's a full-size gun. It's a all-steel gun. So maybe if I run out of bullets, I can beat you to death with it, because it's heavy. One of the things I try to do is incorporate some footwork in my drills. I don't want to just do everything standing still, although you're faster that way. Maybe. I think, see, there's me pulling the trigger. The sound you hear is the firing pin hitting the snap cap that's in the chamber. What I'm trying to do, and I'm probably going to, okay. That's just practicing moving from one target to another. I'm trying to figure out how to turn and draw at the same time, or how to step and draw at the same time. Because I had a discussion with a friend of mine who has become of the opinion that getting off the X, in other words stepping away from your initial position, is going to make you slower than somebody that's drawing on you at the same time and stay still. That they can just draw and then index you and catch you before you complete your draw. And what I think is that if you step and draw and initiate the draw at the same time, then I think you actually should be able to do that as quickly as you can draw just standing stock still. So I'm trying to work on that a little bit here too, and add an extra step if I need to move further away. And what I'm trying to not lose my balance and not lose my concentration when I'm moving and drawing, or when I'm moving when I've got the gun already extended. My sight picture, you can't see this, but my sight picture is just about perfect every one of these. The only thing I do that's different maybe is something that I learned at a seminar from Todd Jarrett years ago. He called it shooting out of the notch. So I don't necessarily always make sure that my front sight is exactly inside the notch of the back sight, but rather if it's up a little higher, it's easier for me to see it. And the hits are going to be roughly the same. It might be at this distance. It might be an inch or two higher, but it'll still be an A-zone hit. And then, of course, another thing I thought about is the possibility you might have to push someone away from you or push yourself away from them before you get the room to draw. And so I practiced that some too. Another thing you'll notice when the gun catches on something, like it's caught on my shirt a couple times before this, I think you need to fight through it, because you never know when you might have something like that happen in a match or, God forbid, out on the street. You need to force yourself to fight through any problems that you have in the draw or in handling the weapon, or even right there, or even in your footwork. But right there, the shirt got in the way, and I actually had to bring my left hand into play to raise the shirt to where I could draw. So I think you have to fight through those things. You try to work as much as you can to make sure they're not going to happen. But I think when they do happen, you have to fight through them. Most of the time also when I draw, I'll leave my index finger, I'll leave my trigger finger along the side of the frame, so that gives me a decision point whether to pull the trigger or not.